It's dark in here. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing this evening? Okay, so today I want to talk about something that I find really interesting. Okay, so since I've come on YouTube, I created a YouTube channel like a year ago or something like that, but I haven't really been on here making videos like this until recently, like maybe 3 months ago or something like that. And I've been following a lot of YouTubers, okay, and I love what I'm learning. Okay, the learning has been really eventful and fun. So one thing that I have noticed is, of all the insults, of all the stuff that is said about other people and their families and the way they look and their houses and whatever, okay, of all the insults, the most extreme on YouTube is for someone to not create original content. To me, it seems like the ultimate insult is you have no content. That's what I hear. You have no content. You have to wait until someone else does something. And the only reason people are coming to see you is because you talking about somebody else. What they really coming for is to hear about that other person. They're not, if you just sit up here talking about you and what you do and your whatever, ain't nobody gonna be there. Okay. For you to not have original content is like the ultimate sin. Okay. For a YouTuber, okay. That's it. Okay. So I started thinking about that, because that's what I'm here to do. Like, I have ideas about certain things and I want to share them. Okay. That's what I'm here to do. And I'm here to share it mostly because nobody else is talking about it the way I'm talking about it. Okay. That's one of the reasons why I'm here. Before I came here, I was blogging about it. Okay. I have 3 blogs. I've written 3 books. Okay. So I'm like, but everybody don't read. Okay. They just don't like to. So I'm like, okay, how else can I get the word out about what my ideas are and what I think needs to be done in the learning community, in the learning environment? YouTube. Okay. So I went, okay, so no original content. What does that mean? Like, what does that really mean? Y'all know I get into stuff. I want to know, what does that mean? Okay. So I investigated, I looked it up a little bit. So when somebody says you have no content and you have no original content, okay, what is that? Now, something original is very simple. It means you made it. You did it. Like, there's no rocket science behind original. Okay. So it's something like art. Let's say you're a painter. Like, that's you get a canvas. Even if you don't consider yourself an artist, get a canvas and some colors and just start, painting or drawing, or whatever your medium is. Okay. If you're a carpenter, get a block of wood and just start chipping, a sculptor or something. Think of it like that. That's original. That means that thing is coming from your imagination. It's coming from your feeling. It's coming from your energy, your work. Okay. Your physical and mental work. That's what you're expressing. That's original. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that, okay, you and somebody else can both be talking about, let's say you talk about art or you talk about wine. Okay, you have a channel about wine, all right? And you taste the wine on the channel and you say, okay, this wine is best with that or whatever. And another channel is doing the same thing. They have wine tasting and all this other kind of stuff. It can still be original if it's coming from you. It's not original If you looking at this person, okay, because for whatever reason, either you don't feel people will care about the way you see something or the way you feel about something or your opinion about it, or you just feel like yeah, maybe that's it. You feel like people don't care about my opinion. You know, he's or she's doing successful over there, so that must be what they want. They want to hear her or his opinion about it. You know, they want to see his or her artwork. They don't want to see mine. So let me try to copy as much as I can. Okay. I mean, that's the, otherwise, I think the easiest thing to do is to create original content. How can that not be simple? All it is coming from you. All it is your own, you know, now that's the tricky part though. Okay. So I can see how that can be tricky, right? Because you have subbies here. What I see tends to happen is that it's no longer what you see and feel. It's no longer about expressing yourself, okay, and having, you know, people come here to see expression of you. It's about you pleasing other people. That's that's two different things right there, okay? It's about, now that doesn't mean you don't listen, you know, to the people who are subscribed to you, and, you know, you take in their opinions and you read their comments and you involve them in all that. That's, you know, that's what you need to do. Okay. That's good stuff. Right. But when you start to not be yourself so you can be what they want you to be, okay, that's no longer original content. That's something else. Okay. That's something else. And listen, one of the hardest things to do in the world is to be your authentic self. Listen, I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what I read or what somebody else told me. I'm telling you what I know. One of the hardest things to do in this world is be your authentic self. Okay. And I think this is why I love what I do so much. I love the learning domain. Okay. Because nobody can learn but you. That's 100% your responsibility. Nobody can learn for you. Okay. You are the only one who can do that. And that's what I love about it. I really do love it, because what I take in, what I give attention to, what I listen to, you know, what I bring into myself, and then use that to look at myself, use it to examine the way I think about things, use it to change my mind if I need to, right? That's all on me. All of that is on me. Okay. And whatever comes from that, because it's on me and I'm doing it, whatever comes from that is original. Okay. It's absolutely original. I saw, I think it was on this channel that I talked about that. I believe it was this last interview that I saw with the, what is his name? I forget his name, but he's the owner of a vineyard in Oregon. He's the only Black owner of a vineyard over there. Okay. The only one. And what is his name? Go to my other video. You'll see his name. And I have the link in there too, so you can see that. So you can see that he's original. Okay. You know how many people make wine? Wine is everywhere. All kind of people make wine. In that industry. He's not only original because he's Black. Okay. Now there are other, you know, Black and minority wine makers and people who are very few now, very few. But that's really not the thing that makes him original. The way he approached it, okay, is so fascinating. And he stresses, he says several times in that interview, he threw away the playbook. There's a way that you're supposed to create a vineyard, you know, and create a wine company or whatever they call those things, a winery. Okay. There's a playbook. He could have very easily went to somebody who's done it for years, and their father did it, and their father did it, and their father, you know, generations and all that. Okay. He could have Googled it. How do I create a winery? All that stuff. He said he threw away the playbook. He said, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do it? And he went forward with that. He did it the way he wanted to do it. And he didn't do everything he was supposed to do. One of the most successful, and he was successful the first year. You're not supposed to be successful the first damn year when you start a winery. You're supposed to be successful like 5 years down the road, because you got to test stuff and, you know, bring people in to do whatever to the grapes and all that. I'm telling you, you got to see that interview. He debunks all that stuff. Why? Because he was original. He was like, I'm not doing it that way. I want to do it this way. And he did it. Bertoni, that's his name. Bertoni, somebody. His first name is Bertoni. Very inspirational. And one of the things that he said that I love so much, and is what I'm talking about here. In order to have original content, you have to make the ultimate sacrifice. Okay. He said, and I love this, the ultimate sacrifice is to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to tell the truth about yourself to have original content. It don't matter what it is. You know, it doesn't have to be a personal channel. Even if you doing puppets, or you know how they do them hand puppets. I can't believe how successful those hand puppet shows are on YouTube. I'm telling you. My sons, they love them. You know, you could be whatever. You could be doing makeup. You could be doing hair. You know, you ain't even got to talk about yourself per se, you know. However, you still have to be vulnerable. Okay. There's something that I talk about in when I do presentations. Okay. It's called, and I'm sure I've talked about it on this channel too, but I'm going to bring it up again. It's called the uncanny valley. Okay. And that's when people, you see it a lot in gaming again. And that's when you have human characters and their features don't quite look human. They look creepy. Okay. We get a really unsettling feeling, you know, when we see those kinds of things. Some people feel that way with dolls. Some people get that way with clowns, dead bodies, you know, because this thing is supposed to be human, but something ain't right. Okay. You get that same uncanny valley type feeling when you're dealing with people, like real people. And I use it a lot in my presentations when I talk about leaders. If you've ever had a boss or some authority figure, you know, they smile in your face every day. Good morning, Cheryl. How you doing? You know, all that. But you know, I just can't put my finger on it, but something ain't right with that person. You just know. You know how you just know? You can't really explain it, but there's something fake and phony about this person. And you just detect it, right? That's how the uncanny valley works. You don't understand, like it just happens before your mind can even get a hold of it. You just subconsciously know something is not right here with this person. They're not telling the truth. Something is not real about this person. People pick up on that. That's why it's so hard to be vulnerable. Okay. We try to be what other people want us to be. And people pick up on that. They say, you know, something, I don't know. She seems nice. She smiles all the time, you know, but I don't know. Something just is just something. I'm not sure what that is. Okay. And the thing with that is that creates a sense of, what do you call it? Revulsion. We don't want to be around. Now, this is just a human thing. This is what, you know, we don't want to be around clowns. Okay. We don't want to be around dead bodies, those dolls that just look so creepy, because it creates a sense of revulsion. We don't want to be around fake people. You know, as much as we love genuineness, we really do. People love other genuine people. And that does not mean, being genuine doesn't mean that you're nice. It doesn't mean you're sympathetic. It doesn't mean you're liked, you know. But when you're genuine, people don't have to guess. And that actually garners respect from other people. When people don't have to guess about you, you could be the meanest, crustiest person in the world. But I know you're out in the open. I don't have to guess. That's what happened when I told my brother. My brother can't keep a secret to save his life. He's always like that. You know, he's very consistent. You know, so when I want somebody to know something, I don't want to tell them, I tell my brother. You know, I respect the fact that he can't hold water. Okay? Because he's very consistent. You know, and when you're with somebody like that, you kind of, even if they're mean and crusty and stuff, you kind of develop, you know, a little respect, but a little like for them, you know, because they're genuine. They're just genuine people. And we like that. Everybody is not like that. Many times we are not like that. We hide, you know, and that is why I loved it when he said the ultimate sacrifice is vulnerability. Because when you're vulnerable, you're not hiding. You're just the way you are. That's original content. People are drawn to genuineness. They're drawn to it because they feel like, oh man, if you can tell the truth, maybe I can too. If you can be truthful, if you can give original content, and you don't have to be on YouTube to give original content. Okay? YouTube ain't got nothing to do with original content. Okay? This is just one of the spaces that we use to share. You got to have a YouTube channel. Some of us need to be in our living room with our families, our husbands, our wives, our children, our cousins. We need to be in our workplaces expressing some original content. But we don't. Why? Because we want to keep our job. We want to stay in our club. We want to keep people thinking, you know, that we're a certain way and all this other stuff. That's stressful. That's exhausting. It's exhausting. The easiest thing to do is to create original content. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Because that other stuff we be doing, that pretending and all that. Okay. It's exhausting. I'm telling you. I know. You go to bed dead tired. Okay. Can't wait to get by yourself so you can actually be yourself. You know, vulnerability, man, that's where it is. You know, that's the ultimate sacrifice. I love that. I really do. I love how he said that. And I love the fact that, you know, that I do like that YouTube is here. Okay. It's a way for us to share with others who we genuinely are, whether we're doing that, like I said, through wine tasting or makeup or whatever. Even some of this mess that, you know, I follow people and they be talking about mess. They're real messy, you know. You can still be original in the mess. You can still do that. You know, you can still be genuine. You can still be consistent. Okay. And like I said, genuineness ain't got nothing to do with you being nice and kind and all that stuff. You know, you could be the bastardiest bastard out there and people respect you, you know, because they don't have to guess. That's the whole thing about the uncanny valley, right? When we see or when we interact with people where we're like, there's just something about him. I can't put my finger on it. That's scary. Okay, it is. You know, that's really scary. The uncanny valley is a scary place to be because you're in a space of unknowing. Like you don't know. I know you're supposed to be this way, but something is telling me that you're not. So now I don't know what you are. That's scary. We back away from stuff like that because I don't know what you're going to do. You know, I know you smiling in my face. You tell me good morning every day, but I don't know. Something don't seem right to me. So let me back up from that. It's like we have some kind of sense of preservation, self-preservation, you know, because we don't know. We would rather not even be around you. Okay, because until I can figure this out. Okay, let me just keep my distance, right? All right. So again, original content, it's the easiest thing to do. It is. It's let me say it like this. It's the easiest thing to do. However, it does require sacrifice. You do have to be genuine. Now you can be on here and not do original content. They got plenty of people on here who have no original content. And it shows. And they still may have subscribers. I mean, that's fine. You know, that's fine. But if you are interested in actually being who you are and have people show up for that reason, have people show up for you, who you really are, it's possible. You can do that. There are those people out there who will show up to be in the space that you're creating when you're genuine. Because when you're genuine, you create space for others to be the same way. Don't you feel that? Haven't you like been around a person who you just love being around them? You know, because they're real. They're just real. You know, my grandmother was like that. She was like, I mean, I could do anything, say whatever. You know, it just felt really spacious. You know, when you're around people like that, you can just relax. You ain't got to hide. You can, you release all your stress. It's just good. Everybody should have, if you're not like that yourself, which you can be, having a friend or somebody like that, is really wonderful. That's why people like, and one thing Bertoni talked about too was a coach. He had a coach, because what he said was he was not trying to, how do you say? He was not trying to build his business. Is that how he said it? Yeah. He said he wasn't trying to make his business better. He was trying to make himself better. And that would translate to the business. So that's why he got to go. Many people, he said, in the wine business, in the wine industry, have mentors, because a mentor has been there. Like, they've done the wine stuff. They've been through all the things. They can tell you what the next step is. This is what I went through. This is how I get through it. These are the people you need to contact and all that, right? That's what a mentor does. Mentoring is good. I'm not crapping on mentoring. Mentoring is great. But a coach is not about that, about telling you this is what you need to do. A coach understands that there is a lot of personal stuff that if there's something in your way, it's probably you. Okay? If there's roadblocks, you can't get to that next step, you're probably the roadblock. Okay? A coach helps you to see that. And a coach also does not give you answers. A coach already knows, you know the damn answer. Okay? I'm just here to help you see what you already know. That's what a coach does. Okay? So he had a coach to help him build himself up and help him be more genuine with who he was and get through all the stuff, because he had a really rough childhood. And there were a lot of things that he was holding on to that was holding him back from what he really wanted to do. So the coach was really able to coach him through it. That's what good coaches really do. So he got a coach for that. And coaches are really good at that. Coaches are really good with, helping you to be able to express yourself in an original and a genuine way. Okay. So if you don't have a coach, look into that. Coaches are really great. I actually have one right now. I had one a couple years ago when I was writing my book. And now since I'm transitioning my careers and stuff, I've just gotten in contact with someone who does that. Now I do mentoring and things like that too, but coaches need coaches. Okay. Mentors need mentors. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so that's it, right? Original content, be vulnerable. Vulnerability is tough. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. It's the easiest thing to do while at the same time not being that easy. Okay. Because many of us are afraid. We're scared to actually be who we really are because we don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be rejected. Nobody likes rejection. Like, raise your hand if you like to be rejected. Nobody really likes that. Okay. But I mean, that's, I hate to say that's life because that sounds really cliche, but it is. Damn it. Like, that's what the hell it is, So it can be tough. But if you have somebody there, somebody, it doesn't have to be a formal coach or anything like that, but just somebody, who you can trust, then that's helpful. Right. And I think from some of the people that I follow on YouTube, where I can see that, this person is authentic. Whether I like them or not, there are some people that I follow on YouTube that I don't like, but I see that they're like, that's who they are. Like, it really is who they are, and they may be total bum bitches and all this other stuff. I mean, all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But like that's a whole nother thing, right? But the thing is, this person is not lying about who they are. Like, that's what it is. Was it Maya Angelou who said, when a person shows you who they are, you need to believe them. Okay. I would rather deal with that. I would rather know that my brother cannot keep a secret to save his life than to feel like I can actually go to him with something, believing that he won't tell anybody. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you rather know ahead of time that this person is a certain way? Wouldn't you rather I be just genuine? Not hiding anything. Okay. Because now you have all the information you need to make your next decision on what you will or won't do with me. Okay. Now you got it. I'm not hiding anything. I have no cards behind my back. Nothing. Everything is out there in the open. Now that gives you everything you need to say, okay, this is how I'm going to interact with this person. This is how I can tell you, I had this one manager. Oh my God. It was awful. I mean, it was because people in positions of authority, they feel they have to be a certain way. You know what I mean? What the book says, I have to do this kind of thing in order to be a good manager or whatever. So they do what the book says, but they don't like doing it. You can just tell. You can tell they're doing it because they think they're supposed to. You just tell. you could just see it, right? And I would rather you not even say nothing to me. Like, I really would. I would rather you not say anything than to come and say something to me and I know it's not genuine. And it's not genuine. And I know it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? That just seems like a waste of time. I would rather you say, I know I'm supposed to come and do this, but I hate doing it. What's a different way that we can interact so that I don't have to pretend? Now, we can have that conversation, right? Let's do that. Let's have that conversation. Okay. Rather than all this pretending back and forth. I mean, it's crazy. People get too old for that. Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to say tonight about original content being genuine. So this channel is about learning, right? Learning for evolving minds. All right. We got a lot of stuff going on here. I don't know how many channels YouTube has. It's a whole bunch. That's all I know, right? And you want to stand out. And you're only going to stand out by being original, by being genuine, by being real, by being vulnerable. That's original content. Hi, Jordan. How you doing? Yeah, so that's all I have tonight. And I'll be back because I want to talk the next time. I want to talk about doxing. All right. And I want to talk about that because I have that my other channel, the Cyber Training with Ypifany channel, right? Doxing is actually something they talk about in cybersecurity. Okay. As and I'm going to talk about that on both channels because it's happening in both areas. Okay. So I want to get into doxing, you know, and what that is and why it is and how it's used as a teaching tool, you know, for good. It's used as a teaching tool, and then it's used as I'm seeing a lot on YouTube for like some really malicious type things. Okay. So I really want to talk about that because I think it's important for both channels. So y'all have a good night, and I'll see you back here later. Okay. All right. Good night, Jordan.